Hey y'all, it's Jenna with Staying Home with Autism. Today is Good Friday and it's a beautiful sunny day, although it's a little windy here and a little bit chillier today, but still really nice out. I will say, first of all, the boys and I are out, but we are not getting out of the car. Dad had some grocery shopping to do, and the boys and I have been stuck in the house all morning since it has been so windy outside today. So we rode along with Dad to run his errands, but we're just staying in the car. We're not getting out. So he's in the store right now getting the groceries that we need, and I thought I would just hop on because I was a little bummed out when this whole quarantine thing started a few weeks ago, because Fisher was supposed to have his follow-up with the developmental specialist next Friday, and his last follow-up appointment was the end of August, so about 8 months ago. And so I was kind of bummed out just because ever since the very first appointment he had, we've been going for a follow-up every 6 months. And the last time that we went, we didn't have a whole lot of updates to give her. We had a few. He had started at the new private speech and therapy place that he was going to for last year, and he had started school last January, and he was doing well at school and really liked it, but we didn't have a lot of specific developmental updates to give her. So this time we have a lot to tell her and to talk to her about since the last time we were there in September. I think I've talked a little bit before about some of the strides that he's made, and we have had, a couple little setbacks. We had the whole struggle not long after we saw her the last time, actually, with him getting hyper focused on jigsaw puzzles, and that started last October, so literally like a month and a half after we had just seen her, and it really set back his progress at school, and it was a struggle for a little while, but we've kind of moved past that, and he's had so many other great achievements or goals that he's met since then, with his early communication skills especially. He started pointing, he's waving hi and goodbye, he has some actual words now, which he didn't have the last time we had seen her. He was making some approximations, but now he actually has words, and he has more approximations than he had last time we were there, and he's making some animal sounds, and he's starting to make some approximations for letters and saying the ABC sounds, and so we've made a lot of great progress with communication since the last time we were there, which we were really hopeful was going to start happening soon, because at his last follow-up appointment, she did say that based on the progress that he had made and that he was making approximations then, that she had every reason to believe and to be hopeful that he was going to eventually at some point be a verbal communicator. So we're very, very excited to share our updates with her on his communication. Also, after he came back to school from Christmas break, his teacher and his therapist at school, because he sees an OT and a speech therapist at school, were kind of like a little perplexed, but in a good way, because he had a big positive change in how he was handling his transitions. He was doing much better. He was engaging more in the group activities. When he did get upset during transitions and things, he was recovering much faster, able to self-regulate himself much quicker. So basically just made a huge jump in those areas. And, I remember I picked him up one day and they were kind of like, has anything changed at home? Like while he was away for Christmas break, like, are you doing any other kind of therapies? Like, what's going on? And it's like, no, we haven't changed anything. If anything, he was actually receiving less services over Christmas break, because he wasn't going to private therapy for those couple weeks, because of the holidays. Of course, he wasn't going to school because they were on break. And he had just gotten off the waiting list at feeding therapy, but he only had one appointment before Christmas break, and then he didn't go for 3 weeks because the therapists weren't going to be there because of the holidays and things that they had going on. So really, it was just normal things that we've been doing with him at home. And so they were all just kind of like, we're just kind of sitting here scratching our heads, like, wondering what happened. And they're like, we're really happy for him, but we're just, we've been trying to figure out like what's changed. So a lot of really exciting updates to share with the developmental specialist. So I'm really excited to talk to her next Friday, and to see what she has to say. So we are going to talk to her next Friday, which I started out saying, I was upset we weren't going to have this appointment. Sorry, I lose track sometimes of where I'm going with things. Especially when I'm talking about something that I'm so excited about. So we assumed the appointment's going to be canceled. We were really bummed out because not only was it going to be canceled, but we knew we weren't going to be able to reschedule for probably a while, because even if all of this, quarantine and the pandemic was over by midsummer, we were told last time we were there, she was actually going on maternity leave, I think in June, they said. So we wouldn't, regardless of what happened with the quarantine and everything, we wouldn't have been able to reschedule with her until at least next fall. And at that point, we would have been over a year since we had seen her. So I got a phone call from them yesterday saying that they are doing all of their appointments via Zoom right now, through the phone. So I was very excited to get that news. Of course, she is not really going to be able to see Fisher as she would when we go into an appointment. Of course, most of it is talking with us and finding out updates. But, he's still there with us, and she can kind of see him and, try to engage with him a little bit. So, doing things on phone with him running around the house, she's, I know, not going to be able to see much of him, but I'm just really excited that we're still going to get to talk to her about everything that's gone on the last 8 months and hear what she has to say about everything. So, so that's pretty much all I wanted to hop on here real quick and share, and I will do another video updating you on how our Zoom appointment goes and what she has to say about everything after I talk to her. And I'm just really excited for it, and really anxious. So yeah, that's it. I hope everybody else is having a good Friday, a good Friday. And everybody has a great Easter weekend. I know a lot of people probably can't do, some of their traditional things that they like to do, and spending time with family and going out on Easter egg hunts and all that stuff. But I hope everybody is still able to make it as special as possible. I know the kids are still really excited. Our kids are still excited about it. And yeah, I hope everybody has a good weekend. We're all just hanging out on our weekly car trip outing out of the house to sit in the car. You say hi, Fisher? Hi. Hi. He's like, Mom, I'm busy right now. So, all right, guys. We'll talk to you later. See ya.